another CoreView Way yoga practice as we take time this month to feel more comfortable in our skin with December starting tomorrow. So let's find that most comfortable seated position and scooch that flesh out from underneath the bum. Sit nice and tall. And as you lift the heart center and the shoulders, see if you can lengthen the spine from the sit bones all the way up to the base of the neck. And then let's go ahead and jut the neck, the chin forward just a touch. And then softly draw the neck back over the shoulders. Taking a breath up through the crown of the head. And then consciously relax those shoulder blades down our back. Palms down or up on the knees. Whatever your practice is calling for you to do. Let's sit here with our breath, nice and comfortable. Relaxing the jaw and the throat. And using our inner eye, let's just take an inward look back into the head and visualize the length of your spine. And as you slowly bring the gaze onto that rod, strong rod, visualize its connection to the mat beneath the seat. Relaxing the inner thighs just a little bit more. Wherever you find your hands, allow that inner eye to travel to the palm or the back of the hand. And witness the connection between hand and leg. Feel yourself whole, strong, and present. Let's just stay here for a moment and allow that inner peace, that inner zone, fill every cell. And follow the breath. Feeling the comfort of knowing the breath, inhale, and the comfort in the release of the exhale. Making this time on the mat yours to meet and greet you where you would benefit by being met. Once you're aware of that presence, then I'd like you to take that inner eye, become an observer, step outside of yourself, glancing back at this strong person, sitting erect, confident, healthy and loved. Feel the breath begin to lengthen. And using that observer eye, allow the observer in you to not only witness your body fill up with that air, but allow it to witness where release is found and softness enters. Keeping in mind an even count of 3, 5, or 7 on the in-breath. And then the equal count of 3, 5, or 7 on the out-breath. This is for you to decide. Following your breath, making this practice your practice, not mine. Choose who will travel with you for this time on the mat. your outside observer or your inward being. Each one will bring you a certain level of openness, of discovery, and each one will affirm your own self-love and care for the time on the mat. Let's go ahead and roll the palms down on top of the knees if the palms were up. If the palms are down, then I'd like you to roll them up and feel the difference in the texture of your hand against the leg. Taking a breath, reach the crown of the head. See if you can almost lift yourself up out of those rooted sit bones. And on the exhale, see if you can just take the elbows in towards the ribs a little bit more. And with intention, draw the shoulders down away. Inhaling again, without moving the shoulders, reach up through the base of the neck a little more. And on your exhale, really drive those elbows down towards the floor, feeling that tension created around the base of the back. Go ahead and take one more of your good full breaths, relaxing the skin around the eyes, the teeth, the jaw, throat, and exhaling it all the way back out. Softly taking the left hand, plant it with fingers away behind your hips and press down through that open palm. And take the right hand to the outside of your left thigh and just gently rotate. Pressing the back into the extended planted arm and the arm into your back. See if you can rotate around just a little bit more. I know I'm always asking you to find a little bit more. But now, while we're in this pose and you're following your breath, relax the right shoulder down away from the neck and see if you can relax any tension you're finding in your hips and the inner thigh. Keeping the chin on the horizon, see if we can spin those eyeballs all the way behind our body. Yeah, maybe lift the lips and rub the tongue along the roof of your mouth. Lots going on. One more breath. Bring it out in the middle. Awesome. Gently bring yourself back to center, hands on the ends of both knees, and find a seated cow and cat. Tucking the shoulders forward with the chin. Pressing against the end of the knees and scooping the heart center up and back. Yeah. Gentle rotation on that spine. Couple more. Just nice and awakening on our nice rigid spine. One more cat. And then come on back up into that cow before bringing everything back over the hips, taking the right hand, planted fingertips away from the hip, press down and lift up, nice and strong. Left palm on the outside of the right thigh. Taking the belly button all the way into the spine, friend. See if you can take the neck around comfortably, no pain. This is not a practice for pain. And then check in again with that belly button. Take it all the way into the spine. See if you can wring out that midsection a little bit more. Relaxing the left shoulder down. And then really reach those eyeballs all the way back around that shoulder. This time, take the tongue and rub it around the inside of your gums and your lips. Lift your lips into a smile. Let it greet your eyes. And then softly bring your way back to center, scooping the arms up overhead and forward hinge. Reaching out of the bottom of the spine, come down as far as is comfortable on the exhale, inhaling back up to center. Couple more. Exhaling forward, and now reaching over the bottom belly. Lifting the entire frame nice and strong, framing the ears. One more time. Excellent. Inhale back up center. And then let's close the pose. Let's go ahead and lay our hands on our lap for just a moment and just do some nice, easy neck circles. Keeping in mind that the shoulders are over the hips, our heart is right over our pelvis. Make any adjustments. When you are ready, go ahead and rotate the neck the opposite direction, being mindful of those delicate bones in our neck. Great. Bringing the head back to center, take the chin on the horizon. It's parallel there, taking the left hand out. I want you to draw that palm away from the body. So as the palm leaves the body, I want us to shore up this pelvic hammock at the same time. So it's almost like we're leaving and lifting, and then taking your right hand on that palm, draw the fingers back towards the face. Yeah. Continuing to have tension with the palm reaching away. Shoulders are dropped and casual. Breathing all the way up that strong torso. And then releasing that, and then draw the palm down. So now the fingers are pointed down. And see if you're just pressing on the back of the palm, the back of the hand, opening up that wrist. Yeah. One more breath. Nice. Release. Shake them out. Shake them out. Shake them out. Then roll the shoulders down the back before we lengthen the right arm. So we're parallel to the floor. And again, as it comes out, we lift up in the torso. Yeah. And then taking the left hand and drawing that heel away, and the fingers looking, the top of the hand looking back at our face. Keeping the chin on the horizon so the back of the neck is nice and open. Shoulders are reaching but not scrunching. And we're firmly root planted on our mat. I know this feels good from all the baking I've done over this last Thanksgiving holiday. I hope it does to someone else. Then release and fold the arm, fold the hand down, and draw that open palm back towards the body. Today's practice is all about being observant, even more so after the holidays. Time with others. We do have a tendency to bring and carry a little tension. Food that we may have eaten that we don't eat all the time. I know I do. And now let's just kind of make space. Let's release that hand again. Shake them all out. Shake them, shake them, shake them a lot. And then let's go to the palms of the hands. So elbows lightly tucked, framing right into our torso. Let's just make some space. If you'd like to close your eyes as you rub the palms, creating some warmth, some friction in there. And then again, go back to who's traveling with you today, your observer self or your inward self. Yeah. Awakening those hand senses. Terrific. Let's go ahead and get on our backs. Softly find your way down onto your mat, bringing both knees in, laying the palms on the shins, and just gently roll side to side. Yeah. Come on back to center, taking the hands out into a nice T, leading with the heels. Draw those feet all the way up to the ceiling. Now, I encourage us to take the backs of our hands onto the mat. Allow those shoulders to be nice and soft. And point and flex. Let's work on those ankles a little bit. Point and flex, really lifting the heels and then extending the toes as far as they can. Even spread those toes. You can wiggle them if that would feel good. Rolling the ankles one direction and then the other direction. Then let's go ahead and bring the knees down to the body. Heels are still up.
Let's open the knees wide and just softly lay the hands right on the ball of the feet. Just hang out here for just a moment. Maybe swivel the hips on the mat. And then find some stillness. Tucking the chin slightly towards the chest. Relax the crease between the eyes. And simply find your breath. Blow the belly all the way up to really flatten the lower back in this posture just a little bit more. See if there's any more tension in the shoulders, making the back, the spine as flat and fluid as possible. And then as we lengthen our breath, I'd like you to start to lift up on your feet and pull down with your hands. So we're being very static here. Find some engagement, engaging those muscles. It's all about the feet and the legs. Arms are coming down. So be really interested in what are your shoulders doing. If the shoulders are coming up to your ears, see if you can flatten those back on the mat, really opening the sit bones. Yeah. Releasing the hands, drawing the knees together. Go ahead and plant the feet onto the mat, arms back out of the T. We're going to heel toe the feet off of the mat. Heels are still on the mat, toes are off the mat, and start your windshield wiper. Left to right, right to left, whatever is natural for you is fine. And right now, I'd really like you to be gooey. Just make it soft and gentle. Following the breath, one movement. And should it feel good for the neck to rotate opposite direction than your knees, then by all means give it a try. If you'd rather just look up towards the sky, then that's fine as well. This is all about you finding the opening in your body. As you begin to warm up into this and your awareness, see what it feels like if you begin to pick up the pace a little bit. And maybe lead with the inner thigh. See if you can draw that inner thigh down towards the mat just a little bit more. And then find the feeling on the outer and inner edges of your feet, just an awareness. Cautiously, though, do not go as fast as possible that you're really, really lifting up. I want you to be mindful in your movement so you're able to still feel and draw that sensation of awareness. Great. Once you've balanced that out, bring the knees back to neutral and heel toe the feet back onto the mat and draw the right knee into the armpit. Go ahead and lift your left heel up to the sky. And if able, or if you're available, go ahead and place the hands underneath your right foot and see if we can draw the right knee even further into the armpit. And now, if available, I want you to really lift up through that left heel, then point the toe. Draw the belly button into your spine and slowly extend that leg long. Once you're to the mat, then slowly extend that leg back up. Inhaling as you lower, exhaling as you lift, okay? And if this is too much on the knee, then place your hands behind the thigh and lighten the load. And if it doesn't feel good at all, then just don't do it. Find another pose that would fit for right now. I'm going to do this 2 more times, extending that left leg long. We're anchored on the other body. Feel that hip socket move. One more time. Lengthening the left leg long, drawing the left leg up high. Now folding that left leg back to the mat, I want you to place the right ankle over the left knee. Using your right hand, draw that right hip away from the body. Let it open up. We just compressed it quite a bit, so let it open up. Then releasing the hands out into a T, sliding the left heel back towards the body. Thread the needle and place the hands on top of one another, on top of your left shin. Both feet lightly flexed and simply hang out here. Drawing your left knee down towards the body. Find the breath, find the opening in the back of that right hip. Nice breath. One more inhale, really press through the lower base of the spine. And as you exhale, let the knee come inward just a little bit more. Releasing the leg from our hands. Right leg is still over the left. I want you to extend the left leg long. Using your right hand, you're still in the figure 4. Go ahead and press the flesh away from the inside of that right hip. Then lifting the right knee, go ahead and step up onto your left thigh. Okay? And really press down on your foot and press the flesh away with your heel on the top of that quad. Taking a long inhale, extend the shoulder well into the mat, even wider. Little arch in the back right now, belly's nice and flush. And then softly roll that right knee across. Using your left hand, let that knee come down and then gaze over the right shoulder. Take 5 breaths. Keeping the left leg long. Then relax, find stillness in those shoulders. Let them let go. Let it all be about mid-body rotation in that right hip. Let the hand help. The end of your 5 breaths, go ahead and release the hand from the leg, come onto your back, take the right toes slowly up to the sky, toes pointed, and release that leg down, down, down to the mat. Taking our arms overhead, point the toes away at an inhale, stretch as long as you can, my friend. And then exhale, bring everything into the body, give yourself a hug, lift the chin to the knees. And then inhaling long again. Exhaling everything to the body. One more time. Inhale nice and long. And exhale back into the body. Placing the feet under the knees, the head back down on the mat. Arms out into a nice T, palms up. Let's go ahead and lift the left leg. Reach the heel all the way up and then bring the knee into the armpit. I like to stack my hands as opposed to grip my hands, but you choose whichever hand position is best. See if the knee comes into that armpit, rolling the shoulders down onto the mat. Maybe you stay here. Maybe this is enough of a stretch for you today. Or we can repeat what we tried on the other side. Lifting now the right leg by the toes. Get nice and long here first, okay? And then as you inhale, find your inhale, softly lower the leg down to the mat, reaching away from the body with those toes. Exhaling it back up. Slow and controlled. Remember, no rush. 5 total times. This would make 2. Chin softly tucked towards the chest so that you have a little bit of space for that orange or baseball. That way you can feel the back of your skull. Your neck is nice and protected. Each time you're extending those right toes away, see if the left knee comes in closer to the body. Yeah. Let's do it one more time. Opening up that ankle. So good, so good, so good. One last time, we're gonna take that right leg all the way up. Find your breath, find your space. Then just fold the knee so the heel goes right under the knee. Taking the left ankle over the right leg and then using your left hand. Press that flesh away for a little bit. So we're really saying to the hip, it's okay, you go ahead and open. Once you've done that, my friends, and taking the arms out into a T, extending the right leg. Again, if it would feel good to massage that hip ball and joint, you go right ahead. Find some space, find some stillness, let everything go soft here. You are one with your mat and the surface beneath you. As you choose, lifting that left knee, press down on your right quad and use the left foot, really plant it in there and push the flesh down the leg. Yeah. Any spot you find some tension, see if you can release it. And then on your next breath, softly roll that right or left knee across the body using the right hand to draw it over as far as it's good for you. Gazing over the extended left arm if that's available. You can also lift up using your head to see if you can get more rotation. Keep the shoulder blades on the mat. Some days you may, some days you may not, but just give it a try. Find your breath. Really open the back of that left hip. Bringing out all of our Thanksgiving cheer. Making room for December cheer. Okay, friends, come on back to your backs. Nice and easy. Drawing the feet into the body. Lift the chin up. Give yourself a hug. And this time, roll front to back. You're like a rocking ball. Nice job. And then as you are ready, go ahead and roll yourself back up into that seated position. And let's find our way on our hands and knees, okay? Hands firmly planted on the mat, fingers spread wide, knees right underneath our hips, drop into our cow. Arch back up into our cat. And again, inhaling one breath, one movement, back into that cat. Drawing the breath so long, it just really opens and paints our belly to the mat. One last time, one more cow. Really drop and lift those hips, spread the sit bones, and then arch every vertebrae to the sky. Awesome. All right, we're going to stay here in our stable table here. So go ahead and make any adjustments that you may need. Then lift up the left leg. Keep it bent, heel is flexed. Check under the body that our hip bones, our hip creases are level. And then I want you to draw big circles. We're going to keep working on those hips. Really draw the knee up to your elbow, opening wide, okay? Check in, if you would, that you're level with your shoulders. You have even pressure in the hands. Let's go the opposite direction. Our core is lifted, belly button is to the spine. And the top of our right foot is an anchor. Really see how sweeping you can use those big muscles to open up that hip socket. Nice. Go ahead and lay that knee back down, drop into a cow. Arch back up into a cow. 2 more. Really stretch that belly. Exhale into that cow. 1 last time. All right. We're at stable table again. Make any adjustments you may need to make. Knees are hip distance apart. Lifting that right knee. Okay. Heel is bent. Open, right? Draw the knee up to the elbow. Super big sweeping. Smooth and controlled. Remember, we're lifting with that big thigh muscle. Let's go the opposite direction. One last time. Nice. Go ahead and bring that knee down to the mat and scoot those hips right back to the heels for a nice child's pose. And just let everything go. Opening and closing the hands. Fluttering our fingers. Breathing the belly all the way into the top of the thighs and letting everything release onto the mat. So nice. All right. Drawing ourselves back up to that neutral stable table. I love this. Let's go ahead and lead with the left heel. Again, leveling the hips, then drawing that leg all the way behind the body. Come up on the ball of the foot. Right here, feel that rainbow twist on the outside of your right side body. Really press down on the ball of the foot. Now, check in with your right hand first, that it's right underneath your shoulder. And really press down, lifting more space, and then vaulting your left arm all the way up. Now feel the side, your left side, nice and extended. Gaze down at your hand or up, depending on your body decision. And continue to press down through the hand. Keep lifting up through the left hip. Yeah. Long breaths. Couple more. On your next exhale, go ahead and release that left hand back down. Knee under the hip. Again, 1 extended cow and 1 really arching cow. Crunch it up. Take the right heel out away from the body first. Glance under the body, toes pointed down. Drawing the ball as far behind as possible. Really press down. Reach, reach, reach. And now taking that right hand to the sky. See if you can just lift it all the way up. Oh my, that feels good. Nice stretch. Keep breathing long. Keeping the left hip right under the body, opening the sides. On your next exhale, friend, taking that right hand down, taking the right knee down, 1 cow and 1 cat. Let's take the hands to the top of the mat. 1 giant handprint forward. Find your plank arms, lift the legs into a great plank. Find yourself rocking back and forth just a little bit. Waking up the body. And then on an exhale, Take the hips up to find your dog. And let's go ahead and pedal the little guy out. Maybe shake the head. Maybe move the heels from side to side. Maybe roll the hips and leave the feet static. You decide. Then softening the knees nice and soft. We're going to walk our hands back to greet our feet. Keeping those knees really bent, okay? Keeping them behind the toes. Let's lay our hands on the back of our calves today and tuck our head. Let it hang down. See if you can drop your hips a little bit more so that your whole upper body is resting on top of those thighs. Then allow the arms to come out ahead and softly lengthen the legs. Start to draw yourself up to standing. Great. Let's sweep the arms up overhead in closed pose. Inhaling and sweeping the arms up, swan dive forward fold. Lift into monkey. Release into fold and walk your way out to your plank, lowering yourself as you choose softly to the mat, planting the tops of the feet and scooping the heart center up, drawing the shoulders and the elbows away. Follow your breath, no pressure in the hands, gazing right down your nose. One more breath. Gently breathe that belly into the mat. And as you release, go ahead and lower to the mat, roll the toes under, find your plank, find your dog. This time we're going to soften the knees and walk our feet to the top of the mat. Hang in a forward fold. Wherever you are, let those arms be. If your knees are super bent, fine. If they're straighter and softly bent, fine. But really shake those hands. Let those shoulders really let the blood get down in the fingers. Then soften the knees and slowly bring yourself back up to standing. Lifting the hands up overhead and closing the pose. Let's go ahead and take our hands behind our backs, intertwining those fingers, okay? Glance down at your toes if you would, making sure the feet are forward facing. Lift the toes, spread them wide, and then lay them down. Roll the shoulders onto your back and see if you can take those knuckles down, 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 down. And then take the gaze up. Continue to draw the elbows and the shoulders together. Now pressing down on your big toe and all four corners of your feet, lifting the kneecaps, lifting the quads, anchoring in your pelvic hammock. I'd like you to softly hinge at the hips, keeping the back flat, keeping the elbows and shoulders continually drawing towards one another. Neck is neutral, you're looking right out. See if you can lift those knuckles up to the sky just a little bit more. Now, if you feel that you want to soften your knees and forward fold a little bit more, if the arms will roll overhead, that's your call. Continue to draw those shoulder blades towards one another though. Relaxing the jaw, let the tongue come out into the mouth. And then release the hands and let them swing in front. Then soften the knees and reverse swan dive up. And close the pose. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to lift up our right knee just so we're up on the ball of that right foot and step back into a 45-degree angle. Find your warrior one. Softening the shoulders down the back, lifting up through the back of the neck, pressing down and away with that right leg. Feel your glutes shore up. Bringing your hands to heart center, push off the back foot and step to the forward of your mat. Lift the left knee. Step back into your warrior one. Arms can go up or they can stay at your heart center, you choose. Soften all the expression on your face, lifting the rib cage off the diaphragm, right? You might want to tuck the tail under just a little bit. And then we're going to bring our hands to heart center and we're going to step to the top of the mat. All right, this is what we're going to do now. We're going to do that, but we're going to do it one breath, one movement. So here we go. We'll start with our hands at our heart center. Inhale, step back. Step forward. Step back with the left. Step forward. And again, right. Step forward. Back. Step forward. One more time. Right. Forward. And left. Forward. Now let's put a little bit more movement into it. Taking our hands up into goalposts. Taking them up overhead. We're going to inhale back and bring the arms down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up, alternating sides. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale and exhale. We'll even it out on the left side. Inhale and exhale. Great. Inhale back up. Swan dive forward fold. Lift in the monkey. Exhale and find your way down to a plank. Nice, 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 nice. Find your plank and take your feet to the outer edge of the mat. So your hips and your hands are the same distance as your mat. And I want you to roll the heels one direction, drop the hip, breathe them back up to center, and then to the opposite direction. Keeping our shoulders over our wrists, moving from side to side. Gentle wind washing machine on those hips. One more to balance it out. Coming back to the plank, take the knees down. Big toes together, knees wide. Sink into a very wide knee, extended child's pose. Forehead all the way to the mat if it's available. Otherwise, stack the arms. Dropping the forearms down to the mat. I want you to breathe so large that the belly drapes between your open legs. And let everything go. And then I want you to draw the forearm a little closer to your head. Fingers wide, and press down and push forward through the flats of your hands, seeing if the hips draw closer to your heels. And when you're at the extent of that movement, then let everything go soft. Softly roll across the third eye and the forehead. Allow the pressure in the forehead to release more pockets of tension hanging out up there. And then just find stillness. Let everything go soft. Let it all go. Softly walk the hands back to your knees, pressing yourself up into a seated position. Then let's go ahead and find our way back on our mats, on our backs. All right, feet are right underneath our knees. Laying the arms all the way down by the sides, spreading the fingers nice and wide, pressing from fingertip to shoulder head. I want you to get those hips nice and comfy And then really draw those shoulders down and away. Anchor the arms all the way in. Feel the backs of the arms pressing into the mat. Lifting our toes, spread them wide one more time. And then lay them down. Now push down into the feet and press forward with the feet, okay? Everything's anchored. On your next inhale, lifting the hips up. And exhaling softly, 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 all the way back down. Find your bridge. One breath and one movement. Really feel the palm pads, the shoulder heads, holding firm. And then continue to press down through the feet so they're holding firm. Allow the transfer of energy through your spine to really lift and lower. Chin is tucked into the chest, not grinding, but it's tucked there. Gazing up to the sky. Think of when you cross over one of those bridges and the sky is robin egg blue, big puffy clouds. Feel the breath on your body. Yeah. Nice. Let's do 3 more. Really anchor yourself in, friends. Slow and controlled is what it's all about today. Using that breath. And again, ask yourself, are you traveling with as an outside observer of what you're doing or an inward appreciator of being that engine, that motor? You decide. One last time. And exhale back. Once you find your way back to the mat, go ahead and bring those knees in. Give yourself a hug and roll from the outer edge of your hip to the outer edge of your hip. Nice. All right, let's come back to center. And this time I want you to bring it so that your knees are over your hips and you lift your feet. So it's just like you're sitting in a chair, okay? Picture yourself sitting in a chair, knees are pressing together, ankle bones, big toes are together. Taking the belly button down, see if you can roll that lower spine into the mat just a little bit. Arms are out first in a T and then fold them up into goalpost. Elbows are straight out from the shoulders. Really press down with the palms, backs of the hands. And now I want you to draw the hips and the knees over to the right until you can't almost touch. And then bring it back up center. This is all about core strength. This is how we're going to finish before we relax for a little bit. Roll it to the other side. So you're not going all the way to the mat. This is a controlled, keeping the shoulder blades on the mat. And I want you to do it as slow and intentional as possible. Keeping the gaze upward. Don't worry about the neck. I want you to really press the back of those goalpost arms into the mat. It's not a matter of how far you are going. It's that understanding that your belly has the control. So keep pressing the knees, the calves, the big toes, the ankles together. And let the upper body be the anchor and wring out that mid-belly. Yep. You got this. Knees are right over the hips. One more time to the right, one more time to the left. Moving at your pace. Remember, you do it at your own pace. That'll wring out our digestive system. Coming back to center, Go ahead and bring the knees all the way into the chest. See if you can find the bottoms of your feet outside of your ankles. Lift the chin and roll side to side. All right. Laying everything back down onto the mat. Let's bring the soles of the feet together. Knees are open wide. Using our hands, spread that flesh away from those hip sockets one more time. Maybe press down on the hip pointers. And then you choose wherever you want your arms to be. You can have the heels as close to your body or extended more in a diamond shape. And maybe roll the head from right to left a couple of times. And coming to stillness, friends, I invite you to take your thumbs right about at your belly button. Let your 8 other fingers rest lightly on your lower abdomen. Lift the elbows and then lay them back down so that they are spread in a comfortable pattern that fits you. Allow the lips to slightly part and the jaw to go slack. Feel the weight of your cheekbones. Taking an even flow of inhale all the way up into the eyes, into the top of your head. And as you relax the exhale, let your body just melt and spread into the surface beneath you. Allow the belly to lift with your breath, feeling it with the palm of your hands there. And see if you can become distinctly aware of the feeling in each fingertip pad. And relax that feeling. Allowing the beat of your heart to travel through each of those fingertips. Slowing everything down. When you are ready, I invite you to close your knees, lengthening the legs, taking the arms up overhead, allowing the toes to fall away from the heels, allowing the armpits to widen, relaxing the back body. And look and gaze behind those closed lids of yours. See your flame, your candle. As it burns bright, maybe whispers in the breeze and breath. As a reminder of the light inside of each of you. May the movement of today allow that flame to be just a little bit brighter in awareness to you. You have so much to offer.
And then as you choose, softly bring the knees up and roll to whichever side you are most comfortable, finding your way back up into a seated position. Eyes remaining closed. Bringing the palms together at heart center and softly pressing the thumbs into the breastbone. Gazing down towards the tips of those fingers. Feel the warmth of your own personal flame, inviting you into your moments ahead, filled with gratitude, renewed energy, and openness. May the day ahead bring you great light. May the light of the world around you bring you encouragement, confidence, and much love. And may you, as you travel throughout your day, bring your world much confidence, much happiness, joy, and love. The light in me appreciates the light in you. And until we see one another again, live with ease, be happy, healthy, and whole. Namaste. Thank you for joining me today on this bright Tuesday morning. I'll be back again soon, so enjoy the month ahead. It's going to be December before we know it. I love you tons. Mwah.
See you Thursday.
Hey, I'll see you Thursday. You won't be at Rachel's tomorrow?
No, I
Okay.
didn't, no. It's too late in the day for me to do that with my tutoring.
I
So,
got you. All right. See you
Thursday.
Thursday.
Thanks.
I'll see you Friday. Thanks, Sue. Bye-bye. Have a great
Okay,
day.
bye. You too.
Bye.